This is Billy the Health Guy, here to update you on the coronavirus. And of course, your 7-day forecast. But first, the corona. So anyway, let's just get right into the news.
Billy the weather guy.
So, here's more information about the coronavirus. We have a video here. And just to make sure mic's on. Yes, mic is on. Alright, so China reported, today China reported no cases of the coronavirus. The coronavirus is starting to get a lot better in China and Japan with the strict measures and whatnot put in place. Or maybe they're not as strict, I don't know. But let's see what time it is in China. I believe it is later in the day, but yeah, it's already past midnight in China, so they definitely can't report any more cases for Thursday, but it's Friday now there, so they could report a case or two, but hopefully it's really getting better over there. But obviously it's getting worse here, so let's watch this video.
The coronavirus outbreak shows no signs of slowing in the U.S. Now the government is saying this battle will last months, not weeks. Recent reports show that officials are expecting to deal with this virus for 18 months and maybe even longer because they are expecting several waves of this virus to hit. A new report shows younger people shouldn't let their guard down. The CDC says Americans of all ages can become very sick from the coronavirus. 38% of people who end up in the hospital for COVID-19 are between 20 and 54 years old.
And I literally just turned 20, so that's not good at all for me. But I am staying home and quarantining myself thanks to RCC being closed for this whole week and then for next week. But we're going to at this time it seems like we're going to open again, but I don't think that should even happen. I think they should close for another week to keep things safe. But we'll see.
Today, we know more about the government's plan to breathe life back into the economy. The president is asking Congress for $500 billion to give back to taxpayers. He's also asking for $500 billion in loans for businesses. As of this morning, the new coronavirus has killed at least 150.
So these are all the states that have reported death. On St. Patrick's Day is when, 2 days ago from now, that holiday is when the last state joined the pandemic, so to speak. So West Virginia was the last state to join the We Have Coronavirus Club, which is not a good club to be in. Let's really get this figured out, but let's let her finish.
People in 22 states across the U.S. Internationally, in China, where the outbreak began, things are starting to look up. Wednesday was the first day without a single new case of local transmission reported.
There we go. Today marks the first day where China did not report a single case. Though in China right now it is 1 in the morning, so it is Friday. But you know what I mean. So Italy, they have extended the lockdown, as well in France for another week or two, which is a very smart move. So many people have died in Italy. It's like 450 or 60 in 24 hours, which is not good. Italy might even surpass the death toll, which is not something you want. One death is enough, right, guys? It's the same thing with hurricane season. We're almost at that point where we're going to have hurricanes possibly hit the U.S., then one death is like, whoa, that's not good at all. But we'll see what happens. Let's not talk about hurricane season yet. We have the coronavirus to deal with, and then we have summer. So I don't want to jump ahead of myself. No, let's not do that. So two members of Congress have tested positive for the virus, which, I mean, it's starting to really spread everywhere. I'm telling you, Canada's getting it even more now. So everyone be on the watch. Everyone be safe. Wash your hands for 20 seconds at least. If not, use hand sanitizer. Make sure you are taking all the necessary precautions. If you're sick, stay home. And even if you're not, you really should be at home at this point. Most schools are closed in the country even. due to the virus, to keep it, to stop, to let it spread, not to have it spread any further. But of course, it's still spreading a bit. Recently, there have been a few spots in this county in southern Rockland where people have been exposed to the virus, possibly. So if you were around the Muncie area, Spring Valley, certain places, and Nyack and whatnot, you possibly could be exposed. So make sure you take care of yourself if you have a low-grade fever, because we need to really combat the virus. It is bad. So here's the death thing again. So Italy reported that 475 people more died on Wednesday. That's the number, 475 in 24 hours. Yikes. Raising the overall death toll to 2,978. China has reported 3,249 deaths now. So, but China is starting to have a lot less cases of the coronavirus, as I just told you. None were reported on Thursday, which is today here. So yeah, coronavirus, the lockdown was put in place in Italy on March 9th, and then they extended that about a week or two. So it says about 40,000 people have been charged for violating the terms of the lockdown, which prohibits travel within the country for obviously for any non-urgent reason. So yeah, 40,000 people decided to violate the lockdown and go somewhere, I guess. So come on, people, stay at home. We might even get a lockdown within about a week or so, and I'm thinking RCC will even close another week or even longer than that. It might even be till the end of April until we can get out there again. It's kind of hard right now because we don't have a vaccine, because that's probably not going to be done until it's not going to be ready for for people to just get it, until the end of the year, maybe even to next year, early next year, around then is the time frame. So there's a lot going on here. So even this, here's another big thing. Here, see this that I highlighted? India decided to do this. Officials say no international passenger flights will be allowed to land even in India for a week beginning March 22nd. They're finally going to do this in India to try to get less people landing, because that's a big way that people get places now in the modern day, right? We go on planes and whatnot. Flights have gotten a lot cheaper though, but still you cannot travel. That's why the flights have went down. The supply and demand thing. So, and some people might take the risk to travel, but if you are, be very careful. You might even want a mask and gloves at this point. I'm serious. So if you're over 65, you have a higher chance of dying from the coronavirus. This is why we have to be smart. We're going to talk about the how to stop the spread part of the title more now. So if you're over that age, I just said 65, be very careful and cautious, and make sure you're at home, especially if you're older. And if you're younger, like me, if you're a baby, mama and dada better take care of you, because they better not be going to work or anything, because they can't be bringing it home. Then they have it, then the baby has it. So honestly, nobody can go anywhere. So please don't go anywhere. Don't, unless you have an actual reason. So like a real reason. So that's how to stop the spread. I think it's very important that we stay home, because for us that are younger, we don't tend to have symptoms usually. Maybe like a bit of a fever, but that's pretty much it usually. There's hardly any symptoms. A lot of us show no symptoms. I believe I'm okay because I've been at home since Saturday due to this virus. So, and I'm probably going to stay home for another week or two or more than that. I mean, maybe I do the occasional go outside for a little bit, but not going far or anything, but So here are all the places that have been exposed. I just told you earlier, all these places: Spring Valley, Muncie, New City, Nyack, all sorts of places. And they even have this article. Yeah, it was a different article, but I'll just say it. But there are a few places that you can go. You can go to Good Samaritan Hospital, or you can go off exit 17 on the Palisade Interstate Parkway to get tested for the coronavirus. There are a few other places in Rockland County, but Those are two of them. So make sure if you think you have the virus, make sure you make an appointment and get tested immediately. Thank you. So with that out of the way, I believe that's it. But also, lastly, let me just say this about the virus, and then we'll move on to the 7-day forecast. So if you're younger and you're going out, you're going to the restaurants, the bars, whatever, well, that ain't good because you might get the virus. And if you get the virus, you bring it to grandma or grandpa or somebody you don't know that's older somehow without even knowing, obviously, because you're at a restaurant, there's older people around, and you just give it to them. You know, it just happens. Well, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have went out because this virus is very contagious. It's similar to the flu, but let's not compare it. It's not the exact same thing. But how it spreads, it's very contagious. Just don't go out. So if you think you have it, stay home. And if you don't have it, you even should just stay home, honestly, like I'm doing. Because if you bring the virus to someone older that can't fight it off, that's inconsiderate, shall I say. I'm serious. I have to use the right words and actually not to be more on the harsher side, since this is a very delicate matter. The cases are still going up in the United States and Canada and some other places. And honestly, this is not good. This is just showing how some people are still going out and whatnot to work. I know a lot of people have stayed home. So if you have stayed home, you get this. Thank you. For those of you who haven't, shame on you. Unless it was like super urgent. But like, and if you didn't wear a face mask or gloves, you get this. I'm being serious. So it's like hurricane season when I tell you to get out. Get out, you know? So yeah, that's enough of the virus. So this has been long enough to talk about it. So yeah, we don't want to underestimate the situation, guys, all right? Better to be safe than sorry. That's enough. So before we get to the 7-day forecast, or shall we? Yeah, let's do that first. So let's see. Temperature right now is 47 degrees. It is cloudy. So now I'm Billy the Weather Guy. Billy the Weather Guy is back, guys. The other guy left. So it's going to be a low of 45 degrees tonight. And tomorrow, it is going to be a high of 75 degrees, low of 40, isolated thunderstorms. So it's going to be a bit fun tomorrow, shall we say. Some thunderstorms, a bit of like almost like a summery day, you know. So 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. So otherwise, well, tonight the winds are going to be light. So tomorrow morning is when the rain will kick in and some thunderstorms around then. So high of 75, low of 40. It could possibly be 80 degrees in Jersey, places in Jersey. So it's going to be a hot one. So Saturday, partly cloudy and being clear later on. 10 to 20 mile per hour winds being 5 to 10 later, and the temperature being 48, and then the low being 27. Sunday, high of 46, low of 32. Partly cloudy, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Monday, high of 37, low of 34. Some snow and some rain showers mixing in. There could be an inch of snow possible. We can get up to an inch. Orange County, you have a higher chance of course, getting this inch. And a bit farther north, of course, you'll likely see an inch, of course. But here, I wouldn't worry about this little snowstorm we got going on possibly Monday. Like I said, I don't really expect any snow hardly. That's why I said there will be no snow, because I'm really thinking since the temperature is a bit high, it might mix in a little bit. But like, no snow sticking it as far as, you know, I'm concerned. So Tuesday, high of 55, low of 38, mostly sunny, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, being partly cloudy. Later, Wednesday, high of 50, low of 42. Rain showers all day, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, being 5 to 10 later. Thursday, more rain showers, high of 61, low of 48, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Guess what? Those rain showers are going to continue on until Friday and Saturday, with Sunday being a little bit spotty. So, and Saturday a little less, not so much either on those that day either. So that's good. So yeah. Also, let's talk about this to cheer you up a little bit with all the rain and whatnot. I mean, it's not going to cheer you up, but this is going to be cool. So, how many of you love dogs? So, let's talk about this. Dog senses an earthquake before it happens. So, your dog might be able to sense an earthquake. How cool is that? So yeah, that's dog sensing earthquake. So that has been Billy the health guy and weather guy. I will see you in about a week or so, towards the end of the month, I'm thinking, for your next forecast. It's going to be an interesting one. So, well, like this live stream if you thought it was good. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure the bell icon is on for notifications, and stay safe out there. Bye. Let me just make sure the live stream is not gone. Because, yeah, we're good? All right, outro. 3, 2, 1.
Billy, the weather guy. I do the weather weekly. I also make a seasonal forecast, so you can be prepared for each season. Billy, the weather guy. Last week I live streamed to keep you in the know, so you can better prepare for every possibility. That has been Billy, the weather guy. Tune in weekly.